what I want to talk to you about is this whole difference between a protected heart versus a guarded heart. Now, you've heard me talk about the guarded woman and the doormat and all of that, but I think there's a little confusion about, when some say that, well, like the scripture says, guard your heart. I think for out of it flows the issues of life, or I may jack it up a little bit, but you get it. You know the Bible. Go read it. So, but here's the difference, Tanya. All right. All right. And, I deal with the ladies because it's my passion. But, I see some that have this protected armor on, right? It's like the Tin Man from The Wiz. They take it everywhere they go 24/7. It's like, you go in the bank and you're trying to grab the pen, but you can't because you're a Tin Man. Okay. But then the flip side of that, right, is people who have what they consider selective access. Okay. They only protect themselves as it's necessary. You feel me? You're looking weird. I don't know if you feel me, Tanya. You're just. Oh, I see what it is. You're like delayed. You're behind. Okay. All right. I feel better now. I'm getting hearts and I appreciate it. Hey, invite your followers as we get into this thing. So I'm not going to be out here all night. Just want to hit this real quick. So the characteristics between a guarded heart and a protected heart. All right. Now I'm saying that the guarded heart is the one that's not so great. Hey, Doc and Tanya. Hey, what's up? Like I said, we got our faithful few out here. Hey. Okay. And the protected heart is really, what I'm saying? That's what we're going for. That's what you want. So the first characteristic of a guarded heart is your heart is guarded if you are hurt or you're broken. Okay. That means that you still have what I would consider residue of hurt in your system. Like, for example, you may feel like, no, I've dealt with that. I'm good. I've got it out. It's like cancer. It's been removed. There's none there. But you know what? Actually, it's like cancer a little bit in the way that it can lie dormant. You can think that it's gone.
Mm-hmm. It can creep up on you.
It can creep up when you least expect it. Right. So it's like you have this what are the little babies of hurt? Okay. The little hurt babies are fear. Okay. So you have this spirit of fear that controls, how you respond to every situation in life. And you're like, wait a minute, how does this control how I respond to every situation? No, it doesn't. I mean,
a lot of times it comes out as anger.
It definitely comes out of anger. Well, when we talked about the guarded woman, we said one of the ones was, crap, I forgot about it off the top of my head, but that was her thing. She was the fighter. Yeah, she was the fighter. And then you have the runner. But the perspective is, I don't know if you're here to hurt me. I don't know what your intentions are. Okay. So that fear says, hey, you know what? Don't worry about this. We got this. Okay. We're good. And then the fear jumps out, down, smacks the taste out your mouth, and we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of the fence, if you have a protected heart, the way that you view this is your heart is healed and it's whole. Okay. What does that mean? That means that you've done what I would consider the hard work. Okay. You faced your demons. All right. Now I'm going to be honest with you. And Tanya, you can, co-sign on this if you feel the need. This is not easy to do the work. You know what? Because it's not easy. It hurts. Because in order to do the hard work, you got to allow that pain to come to the surface. All right. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, it ain't gonna feel good.
It's not fun. No. It feels wrong, it's not fun. In fact.
Yeah, I would protect the heart equals healed and whole. Yes, you got it. Gold star for the name went away. I'm so sorry. Okay. Mm-hmm. But yeah, come back. Gold star for you. But here's the deal. Yeah, no, and I remember with you, Tanya, when you wrote the letter about I forgive this person, I forgive that person, I forgive this person, I forgive that person. I know that was a very hard exercise for you, because you had to forgive some people for some serious stuff. But through that, underneath those hurt feelings, then the good feelings could come up.
Right.
They could surface. And that's how the process goes. Okay. So from a protected heart perspective, the decisions after you go through that process, they're made based off of sound judgment and love. Okay. It's not out of this fear and you running and you know what I mean? So moving on. All right. Number 2, a guarded heart. Your heart is guarded if you have unhealthy boundaries. Okay. What do you mean, Doc?
What's that?
Say it again, Reverend.
So what's that? What's unhealthy boundaries?
Yeah, your mouth and your words, they're not, so it's like, it's confusing me. Okay, but that's all right. Okay, so your unhealthy heart is, that means you cannot be touched. All right, that means that your heart is closed to love. Okay, here's your heart right here. You try to get something in there. Yeah, nothing's getting in there. All right, this is like, I would compare this to, say your heart is a house, okay? And around this house, you have,
That's like something from movie, 5 Heartbeats.
Oh, 5 Heartbeats.
Yeah.
The house tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why has got that? A little heart in the house tonight. That sounds like an old man, don't it? Like I need a king. Stand up. Yeah.
All right.
That's not even a part of the lesson, and that's her fault because she brought up. I didn't want to say nothing about no 5 Heartbeats. I rebuke and bind you. Okay, so imagine your house, right?
I mean,
rebuke and loose. Yeah, both of them. You need a double portion. You need a double portion of binding. Okay, so before Tanya threw off my boundary story, okay, imagine a house, right? It's got fortified walls around it. It's got brick. It's got wood, everything, and even in the yard, it's got beware of dog signs. It's got beware of cannons and nuclear warhead signs. And they're all pointing like in Despicable Me. Pointing at your head, right? That's the perspective of the person who is guarded. Why? Because the mindset is if it happened once, it's going to happen again. Okay. Now, on the flip side of that, all right, you have the protected heart perspective. Your heart is protected if you have healthy boundaries. What does that mean? That means that your heart is open. Okay. Open for love. All right. Your perspective is because the situation didn't work one time. All right. It doesn't mean that every situation is going to work out like this situation did. All right. But keep in mind, it's because you did the work that we talked about in the first characteristic, right? So think about like cars. I'm not putting this on myself. I rebuke it. But some of you have been in car accidents, right? And you don't just like if you get in a car accident, you don't go get a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? Well, now kids don't do skateboards. They do like the little hovercrafts, right?
Fake hoverboard.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, see, I'm old, but so we used to have these things called skateboards that had wheels on them. You know what I'm saying? This is, but now, it's just you don't even have to push, right?
Roller skates.
All right, so so you're not a businessman driving down the highway in a little hovercraft because you're like, I'm not doing cars anymore because I tried a car. No, you get back, you put your seatbelt in, you protect yourself, okay, and you drive again. All right, so that is a protected perspective. All right,
maybe you just do things a little smarter and safer this time.
Yeah, but here's a challenge with that. Okay, you put those unhealthy boundaries out there, all right, because you really don't know where the line should be. I mean, should I put it out there? So, like I said, everything is a threat. So I don't know where. I'm just keep any and everything away from this because this is vulnerable. I can't let you get it. I tried it before. It didn't work. All right. So moving on. Number 3, your heart is guarded if you can't distinguish safe people from unsafe people. Okay. In your mind, everybody is a threat. Okay. And because you see everybody as a threat, you view the world as a bad place with totally bad, horrible people.
Right. Okay? Basically, everybody is out to get you. There are a lot of people like that.
A lot of guarded people. Okay. So if you think that everybody's out to get you, that is now as a result, you may be a runner. Okay. You may be a fighter. all the different characteristics of the guarded heart could come out, just depending on what your thing is or a combination thereof. But no matter what, this is a bad place. All right. But if your heart is, if you have a protected heart, then you know how to determine if someone is safe or unsafe. Okay. Let me ask you, do you feel like now you can tell if someone is safe or unsafe?
Absolutely. Tanya. Absolutely.
Do you feel like you could tell that like 5 years ago?
No. Well, I definitely wouldn't have categorized them as safe and unsafe. First of all, like I just wouldn't have known to categorize them like that. I would just have, but I definitely opened myself a lot more to people who were unsafe and who did things that were, that hurt me and that were not good for me, and I kept them around. And I didn't know why. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but you know what?
I didn't even know that it was bad for them to act that way.
I gave them you kind of had the doormat vibe kind of going on a little bit, I don't know if you were extremely guarded as much as compliant,
right?
But
I've been there too. I've been there, like probably when I was younger, I just had that, that kind of like attitude, like, well, no one's going to hurt me. No one's going to, no one's going to, do anything to me, but I thought like everyone was bad and I know a lot of people like that. I have friends like that, they're not going to play me. This guy, it's automatically, they're in a relationship and they're automatically, I don't trust no guy. You got to make sure what they're saying is true.
But think about what you just said. Think about the dichotomy. You're in a relationship and nobody's gonna. So
that's
you're already,
nobody's gonna.
Yeah, but you're already in the relationship guarded.
Right.
You're already, you already have the walls in the relationship. And let me say this, there are a lot of women, obviously, that I speak to that, that's what they yearn for. They yearn for marriage. They yearn for, Mr. Right and the whole 9 yards, and, as they should. But if they're guarded, they don't really realize that you're going to get in a relationship, you're going to be with somebody, and you're not really going to be with them. You're going to keep them at a distance. And I'm not saying that you do this intentionally, but, you haven't done whatever work that you need to do to break free of that. And you're going to be in this relationship, and they're never, until you do something about that, they're not going to fully know you. Because in reality, you're not really, you can be married to somebody. You can be sharing the bed, the whole 9 yards, and really not let them close to you. And I know it may seem like, well, how in the world? People do it all the time. So from what we're talking about here, don't want that to happen to you. And it doesn't have to happen to you. Okay. So make sure that you know how to determine if somebody is safe. I see we got one of our faves out here. Okay. Now, if you have a protected heart, you realize that some people can be trusted. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for the props. I appreciate you. Okay. And you realize not everyone has the same level or should have the same level of access to you. Now, let me say this. I know somebody had a great friend, good friends. While it was just the two of them, hanging out, girlfriends, doing anything, going out to eat, it was cool. But the moment they got around other people, a larger group, the one felt away and felt like, hey, she's kind of slighting me, pushing me off to the side. Well, it was because she was kind of needy, so it caused a rift. They would stop talking for a little while, come back, try it again. It would happen again. And then the one wised up and said, you know what? We can't just be that close like we used to, in terms of, I can't just be all in, because you'll start to feel weird and then it'll get funky. So she decided, oh, I know a safe distance where I can put her and we're good. Okay. And she kind of was like thinking maybe we should go a little. And I'm thinking like, no, maybe you shouldn't, Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Next,
Some people
last.
wait. Well, some people feel like, you have unsafe people in your life, and I think you can see that they're unsafe, but you feel like, well, I've known them, they've been in my life all this time, or their family, and you don't know how to make that separation or just put that distance between you, make that change in your relationship so that you're not, in harm's way, basically.
Well, I think you have to be. I mean, okay. Let's look at this. One of the greatest life coaches that ever lived, Jesus. Okay. Wasn't everybody in that circle? He had three jokers that, what I'm saying, they ran pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? Then there was the larger group, you know what I'm saying? The other nine, you know what I'm saying? They was road dogs. Then you even had a bigger circle. All right. And there were just certain ones that, were closer. All right. And then there was some that he had to kind of, bring the smack down on. You know what I'm saying? Forgive them for they don't know. They don't know. But, he has some words for them. So I think it's okay to understand that, certain people don't deserve, the same type of access. And it's just that they might not be ready, in their own development. So you need to be able to assess that. And if you don't know how to assess that, get some help with that, seek some counseling, therapy, coaching, or whatever. But anyway, I promised them we wouldn't be here all night. So I'm going to move on to the next one. All right. Listen, the last one is your heart is guarded if you believe that all hurt is harmful. And I know that may sound weird, like what? The hurt is harmful. No, it's not. But if you have a guarded mindset, okay, your thing is I should avoid hurt at all costs, no matter what.
I'm won't guarded. Put yourself out there.
She said, Reverend, you ain't even let me get to the end yet. You know what I'm saying? I was going to ask everybody, if you got to check on all of these and you guarded, you get 100, but that's not necessarily a good 100. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. Okay. So you guarded, that's cool. And it's a lot of guard this hearing. So that's why I'm even doing this, because it's a big deal. But we're going to talk about what you can do in a little bit. So like I said, hurt is to be avoided at all costs. Think about it like this. If, say you broke your leg, and you didn't set it properly and it healed wrong. It was bowed out. And they told you, say, listen, we can fix this for you. We're just going to break it again. Okay. We're going to set it properly. Did you say something? Yeah, they do that. You know what I'm saying? You break it again. We're going to set it and then it's going to heal properly. And you say, well, listen, here's the deal.
That sounds mortifying.
You're not doing that to me. but here's the deal, that would hurt you, but they're trying to tell you, the doctor's saying, we're not trying to harm you, we're trying to help you. It reminds me of a story. I know this guy, and he was married, and great guy, and his wife had some things she had gone through in her childhood that she didn't share with anybody. She was abused, and he was like, okay, well, you need to get some help, and I'm here for you, I support you. And first she didn't want to go. I mean, I get it. She was scared. She was, I don't know where this is going. Then she decided to go, but then she wouldn't fully open up to the therapist. People lie to you, what I'm saying? And not just to be lying, but they're scared, and then she still would give him a lot of pushback. But that was an example of she's thinking that this hurt is going to be harmful. So on the flip side, if you have a protected heart, which is the healthy perspective, you understand that, for example, like the Bible says, wounds from a friend can be trusted. All right. So that means that hurt can be helpful and even constructive. Okay. So think of it like this. How many times have we said, I went through the most horrific, period in my life. It was horrible. Everything was falling apart. But you know what? When I look back on that, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. It made me more mature. It grew me up. If it wasn't for that situation, this situation wouldn't have happened. So it didn't feel good while I was working, but it was working for my good. Mm-hmm. So sometimes that happens, and you have to be mature enough to know that this is not going to hurt me, but that's a certain level of wisdom. So let me say this. That's all I have. Those are all the categories. All right. So I got some good news. If you heard all the guarded characteristics and you said, Reverend, I'm guarded. if you said I'm hurt, I don't have healthy boundaries. I couldn't tell a safe person from an unsafe person if they smacked me in the face and had safe written on their chest. And I do run from somebody's hitting me up. Hi, Chris. Somebody's sending me a message on my thing, and I'm sorry. And you're saying, I'm sorry, it distracted me because it's coming through Facebook, and I'm like, how is this coming up on my Periscope thing? But you're saying, okay, I do believe that being hurt is harmful. Here's the good news. First of all, it's a lot of people that have that same position, and you can get help. All right. Now, here's the deal. You got to make the very tough decision, okay, that you want to move forward and do something about it. Okay. And I know a lot of times we mean well, especially, you know, in churches and whatnot. And, you know, we can dance everything away and, you know, pray everything. You know, Jesus said, even this one comes out, you know, this one comes out about prayer and fasting, like prayer. And you got to separate yourself from some things. You got to, you know what I'm saying? So you got to talk to somebody. Right. You know what I mean? You got to work with somebody. Okay. Whoever that may be for you, pray about it. Be led. It was a therapist, counselor, pastor. You know, me, I'm a coach. You know, if you contact me, we could do a free 30-minute, you know, consultation. They call it something else too. What these young people call it, a discovery session. We can do a 30-minute discovery session. To discover some things, you know, whatever. You know, hey, and let me say this on the church tip. And this is nothing against anybody's church. I'm just talking about the hurt. There's a lot of church hurt. A lot of these people that are guarded. Yeah, some of it's bad relationships and boyfriends, and he dogged me and did this, and now I don't trust no man. And my mama told me man of dogs, and my grandmama, you know, there's some of that. But then there's some people that have just been hurt in church for whatever reason, and they are scarred. You need help working through that, you know, because hurt is hurt no matter where it comes from. Okay, so do the work, you know what I'm saying? Be willing to move forward. Tanya, I know for you went through several therapists. Bless your heart. You know what I'm saying? Your pea-picking heart, you know, to try to get some help, because I'm gonna say this, not all therapists, counselors, coaches are made equal. You know, some of them will just sit, at all. They will take your money and be reading the comic strips. Like, then what else happened?
Tell me more. Tell me more. Wow. Yeah. Okay, make your appointment for next week.
Hey, what's up, Linda? Yeah, I'm definitely just gonna take your money, and I have no plans on giving you any assistance whatsoever. Okay. Yeah. So that's all I had. Hey, make sure. Hey, love. Hey, love. How are you? Oh, I'm wonderful, blessed and highly favored. Okay, so listen, go to the website. This is free, ladies. Yeah, this is a down payment on the rest of your relationship life. Okay, we talking about guarded, CEO, doormat. You know what I'm saying? All shapes, colors, and sizes, everything in here. All right, go to the website, and if you have problems, because some have had some issues. Huh?
It's entertaining. It's entertaining the book, but it has a good message.
And go here, Chris. This is a shameless plug time. I believe in shameless plugs. Yeah, and get the book. So I don't know if there are any questions. Like I promised everyone, I wasn't gonna be out here all night. You know, I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, get this off my chest. And Tanya, you did your own. For those of you who don't know, Tanya is an amazing makeup artist. Okay, she is a makeup professional. You know what I mean? Didn't do me because I know I'm shining and I'm glistening, but yeah, she does.
He did not take my advice.
Yeah, I'm supposed to powder down. But I'm a guy, man. I'm not, just getting on here. You know, I'm all about these relationships. You know, but yeah, if you need, see, you should be doing makeup tutorials and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Amrezy, yeah, and all the rest of them. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Don't hate. Don't hate. Hey, listen. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm gonna
And
do hair tutorials.
yeah, hey, she did her own hair. I mean, it's amazing. A page from Lexi's book. It's amazing. Or I can't.
Amazing.
I can't. I do this and I can't.
Amrezy.
Is that who it is? Amrezy. Who did I say?
Amrezy, yeah.
Sometimes I feel
You
like
said it right.
people have feelings
That's
like
not how you spell it.
don't have a heart. I know it's not true. Yes, you know what? Because I know you feel like men don't have feelings, and that's because we're not designed to be that emotional. You got to understand. Because I was just thinking about this last night. A lot of this is evolution. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how we started from a more I guess hunter gatherer existence. You know what I mean? So you can't be hypersensitive when you go out and kill something and bring it back, okay, to feed your family. So there was just no room for that. So now you shave us down and you bring us, put us in a cubicle and say, speak, huh? You know what I mean? And it's like, and now we have this highly evolved, beautiful women who says, okay, well, you don't have to go out and, kill nothing and bring it back. I have a job, so let's talk. Huh? I know we've been like removed from that from a long time, but the hard wiring is the same. And I get your thing is okay, but I need to hear from you. I need you to share with me. Now, I don't know your particular situation.
They're idiots. Idiots.
Yeah, we can be, interesting. We can be, but we're very simple. We're very simple creatures. Now, sometimes you have a situation, and it's hard when I get certain questions because not every situation is made equal. Meaning you could be with a guy who's just totally non-responsive. He's a jerk. He's just flat out a jerk. Or you could just be with a guy who, I'm a real dude, baby. I care for you. I really do. I'm gonna show my love by going out here and trying to make the best life for you, for us, for our family. Yeah. So, but hey, I'm sorry, I forgot the name that said she was guarded. That's a big move. I mean, just to be able to say I'm guarded. That's like,
I don't know if she meant that she was guarded. I think she meant that she was protecting her heart. We're kind of using the word guarded, not like in a sense of as hardening your heart, not really protecting.
Yeah, well, like I said, we're not using the verbiage that the scripture talks about when it says guard your heart, for out of it flows. We're using the guarded term to be consistent with what I've taught in the past, only just for consistency's sake. So we're saying the positive perspective is protecting your heart. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Listen, I don't know if anybody else has a question or anything. I'll answer it.
Linda on Blab said that you're ignoring her.
Oh, you know what? I apologize because I'm a man and I really can only do one thing at once. And since my mouth is moving and I'm talking, the eyes, I see, but I don't see. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't be ignoring me, Christopher. I'm sorry, Linda.
I called you your own name.
Yeah, I know that's like when you're in trouble, right? Christopher, don't be
Christopher.
I'm so sorry. I apologize, Linda. I will not do that again. Forgive me, please. Yes. Okay. Hey, well, listen, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bounce, and because we did what we came to do, and it's over. Unless Tanya, did you have something you want to say? Any parting words, words of wisdom, something to encourage the ladies? I mean, you're a woman. Okay, hold on. What's that say? I didn't see that.
Said, I'm close to being protected, but she be giving dudes the side eye.
What does that mean?
Looking at them like,
oh, close to being what? Like on the fence of being guarded?
Protected. Yeah, I think she's guarded, trying to move into being protected, but she's not sure these dudes out here be bugging.
the thing that helps you really with that is just knowledge, you know, um, knowledge and just letting it go. Because I think the biggest thing that's scary to women is this whole relationship thing. It seems to be so ambiguous. Like, I don't know what am I supposed to be doing with these guys. You think that a guy wants a woman to be this way and you're that way, and they don't seem to appreciate it. And then, okay, well, I'll change it, I'll make it this way, and then that doesn't seem to get you where you want to be. And at least for my clients, that's one of the biggest frustrations, just that I don't understand what the rules are and whatnot.
Right.
What's up with that? I tried to get your book for my Kindle. Oh, I'll send it to you.
Load.
Yeah. Some people have been having some problems. You can just email me and I'll send it to you directly. And you shouldn't have any issues. Because you didn't email me about it, did you, Linda? Or yeah. Just let me know. Just hit me up and then I'll just send it to you directly and you should be fine. But yeah, so I get that frustration that women have with men. But men, I'll tell you, we're very simple. And it is simple. You're still going to have the emotions, attached to it. What was that say? What was that say again?
Email, send him an email and he'll send it to you directly.
Yeah. So, I think that because of your emotions, you have to develop what I call emotional intelligence. Is a common phrase to say, okay, I know I feel this way, but what do I know? But if you feeling a way and you don't know, then it can be a bad day. So we want relationships to be better. And because, the goal is marriage. You just getting dating, you're just trying to get to the starting line, so
healthy, being in a healthy marriage, not just marriage.
Yeah, because you listen, ladies, you're not trying to spend all this time, guys too. You're not trying to spend all this time to meet the right person just for it to crash and burn when you get married. No. You want to put the work in, do what you got to do, figure out what you get rid of your junk and your hurt and your pain and your fears and work on all of that. Because even in marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling, that you do at a church before you get married. I mean, some of it's cool, some of it's not like at all. And I get it. Sometimes, I've heard them say this, pastors like, listen, man, by the time they come to us, they already made up their mind what they're going to do. So we talking and it's just like going over their head, and I get some of that.
Well, I know for me that it's hard not to be hard in your heart, guard your heart, after over and over again being disappointed, over and over again, like putting yourself out there and being in relationships, various relationships. You feel like sometimes you just get to a point where you feel like it's hopeless.
Yeah, I get that, but it's sometimes, depending on where you are on the spectrum, if you just totally, you don't know, then you're making decisions totally based out of ignorance. If you do know, you're making decisions like, I know this ain't in my best interest, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? But it's not like you didn't know that it was going to be bad.
But sometimes you don't know, like you really feel like you don't know. I think a lot of us go into relationships and we might see some signs. We might see some things.
Hey, hold on
in the beginning, but we kind of ignore them.
Hold on real quick. Because man, I'm sorry.
She said that she hasn't had many bad relationships.
Well, before that, she said that a lot of her hurt has become as a result of being, I think, a mental health professional. And it doesn't matter where the hurt comes from, because hurt is hurt. And so if the result is being guarded, that's how you respond to the hurt. But you can't. You're not hurt in a vacuum. So even though you may feel like, okay, I got hurt, as a result of, mistreatment on the job and, people not respecting me and all that. If you don't fix that, you're going to take that same hurt into a relationship. You know what I mean? Because
a lot of people grow up seeing a lot of hurt and they don't want to get themselves into that situation. You know, like they'll, as you know, young, they'll see, you know, people around them being mistreated. Then maybe their mother, like men, I feel like do that all the time, do that often too. They'll see, you know, examples of things and then just take the attitude like, well, I don't want that to happen to me.
Hey, hold on. I'm having a real father moment. Can you hear music in the background?
I cannot.
Okay. All right. Because my daughters are like having a concert out just right outside this door. And I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay, we're good. All right.
Don't yell at them.
You hear it, Chris?
Her birthday's tomorrow.
Tosin. I'm sorry, sweetheart, for messing your name up. You said I hear that. Are you saying you hear the music? Or are you saying you hear what I was saying? Like, oh, that makes sense. If you're hearing the music, then I gotta tell them, hey, calm it down. You know, I guess it's my father voice, you know, because I'm very meek. Good evening. What you said. Oh, okay. Hey, good evening. Hey, what's happening? Yes, I hear the music. You hear the music? Okay. All right, ladies, you gotta turn the music down.
Hear the music.
Hear you singing. It's hard to get good help. Yeah, your kids just wild out. Okay. I know somebody just joined and said, you know, good evening. But you got to understand that, especially we as men, and you know, guys have heart and guarded hearts. Everything I'm saying for the women, trust me, it applies to the guys too. All day, every day. And you know, when guys get hurt, you know, it's like, oh my God, it's like, yeah, the world is over. And you know, we can't trust again for another
15 years ago. My high school girlfriend.
Yeah, it'll be on the it'll be on the replay. Yeah, but you know, here's the thing about men: we're not designed to lose. We're conquerors, and everything is about competition, and you know, everything about whose is bigger. So you get your heart broke. I mean, what's the biggest feeling of failure than to have a broken heart? Man, that hurts. I mean, I know you as women know it hurts, but you're a little better with rebounding. And so we'll go through all these relationships and, you know, talk to all these women, but you know, we're guarded. Nobody's getting until you meet that one. Oh, come on. Somebody say that one. Yeah. Until you meet her. And the difference between her and them is she got game. No, she knows who she is. She doesn't, you know, she's so confident. She so knows who she is. She's so fun to be around. She's so, like I said, infectious. Is that the word? Infectious. That he's like, I tried to keep her at bay. You know, I can admit it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I was like that when I met my wife. I was, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, we're going to go out and have a good time, but you're going to, yeah. But 20 years later, I mean, I don't know what happened, right? You know what I mean? So, but ladies, the way that you penetrate all of that guarded foolishness, now you got to kind of know where you are, and you know, is you be 100% you. You know, you be 100% amazing. You be 100% fabulous. You be 100% confident. You be 100% all of that. And I'm trying to tell you that right there is hard for any guy. If he tries to put all that guarded mess on you and he leaves and walks away, it's gonna be calling him. He'd be like, man, I miss her. You know, something in him is just gonna, he may hit you up and try to play that cool. Because I'm gonna tell you, most guys just by nature are, I don't want to say guarded in the hurtful sense, but it's not everybody's getting in there. Not everybody's getting in the holy of holies. You know, some in the outer court, you know what I'm saying? But some in the inner.
I want to be like that. We got to learn to be like that.
Be like what? Not everybody can get in? Like what? Yeah. What do you mean learn to be like
what you're saying?
Oh, you don't let everybody in, do you? You're very selective.
No.
Yeah. You gotta be selective, ladies. And you gotta guarding your emotions. I would say protecting your emotions. It's very important. Just because a guy smiles and, you know, does some nice things, you know, you got to know how to, like I said, determine if he's safe or not. You know, you got to have that little protective covering. And if he performs up to par, then you say, okay, you can come into another layer. And then he performs up to par. But ladies, you give the guys too much. It's good to be like,
you gotta let them prove over time.
Yeah, she says good to be like an onion and have layers.
Be like an onion and have layers. That's good.
It is, but it is. And guys like that graduating type of process. Ooh, yeah, I made it here. Ooh, I made it here. But you know what? Unfortunately, what I see women doing, and I hate it, you crack the open onion. I mean, you crack the open onion. Is that like dyslexia? You crack the onion open. This is live TV, man. You say, here it is, have your way with it. And there's no struggle, there's no challenge, there's no.
He's like, here it is.
We need that.
Take it all.
We thrive best off problems, ladies. We thrive best off problems. Okay, if you think about a man when he's got a problem, he gets really focused. All of his attention is focused on that. 9 times out of 10 is something work related. That's one of the man cave and all that. We got to figure this out, but we enjoy that process. And when we first met you, men need to chase. Yes, we do. And when we first met you, if you were that one for us that, turned it on for us, you were that chase. You were that problem in a good way. I got to find out how I can. Is it flowers? Is it, hey, I was thinking about you today. I was like, man, I was just sitting at my desk, right? And, I was just thinking about how much I miss, whatever. It don't matter. But he's trying to say, peel each layer off to get to the core. Yeah. But you know what? That's wisdom. But she said, peel each layer off to get to the core. But a lot of women don't know how to do that. It's just so fast. It's just everything at once. And a lot of that, I think, is
I think a lot of that is out of fear too. Like they feel like if I don't just try everything, give everything all at once, then they might be gone. They might lose interest.
Scared of what? You know what I mean? Scared that he's going to find somebody else. Scared that you're going to be alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But here's the thing about it. When you are amazing, you know who you are, that's a hot commodity. Now I understand that, there's still a process that you got to go through as it pertains to being findable and meeting people. But I'm trying to tell you, being a man, it's a hot commodity. It's just not a lot of women that really know who they are and have that confidence. Did I burp on the mic? I hope I didn't. I think
a little bit.
Yeah. It's live TV. I don't know. I've said it again, but yeah. So I think that was like my third close. So I think as a man of God who knows the word.
See, he told you were a liar.
Well, the questions came. Yeah, the questions came. Yeah, and
blame it on the people.
Of course. I mean that's what we do. It's got to be. But okay, all right. Watch the replay. If you missed it, go get your free goodie box. Your womp book. Go get that.
I'm glad you put the book on there. Get your free goodie box. What?
Get your free goodie box. Womp book. Yeah, it's a free to the goodie box. Everybody knows what the goodie box is, right? At least the men know.
All about the womp.
Mm-hmm. It's power in the womp, and it's power in the goodie box. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's not appreciated the way it should be. All right, listen, I can't fool around with you all night. I gotta go eat a Hershey bar to reward myself. So
terrible.
Yeah, but I'm losing weight though. Y'all would be proud of me.
Yeah, and that's why I hate you.
Yeah, I'm gonna come off these pounds. Yeah, I'm coming off.
He's the worst person to take diet advice from.
Yeah, you don't want to know what my diet consists of.
No, please don't tell him.
Yeah, Hershey bars and licorice. Yeah, and then work out for 60 minutes, and you're good. What else do you need?
Stop spreading the lies.
Try to help people. People don't appreciate it.
Try to help people.
Okay, listen. I see you. The hair is my first time seeing it. It's amazing. You did a wonderful job. And
Thank you. YouTube.
Makeup advice.
That's how I learned how to do it.
Yeah. You need makeup advice. You get it, Tanya. That's what she does.
Holla.
Okay. I saw my man Maurice just joined, but we out of here. So, all right, y'all. See you next time. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Night.